Hi, and welcome to Mojave 4 Presents. This week we are going to be, this episode, we're going to be talking about a short in a week. A short in a week will be exactly that. We will conceive, create, complete a short film in 1 week. We're going to start on Monday doing what is very similar to, if you've seen our pitch slap, we'll be doing a type of pitch slap for a short, and then we will film that short and be done by the following Monday. That is a thing that we have decided. And at one point, we were going to do this every week.
Yeah.
We were excited by the concept and we were excited by the process, and we would do that if we didn't already have mountains of things on our plate.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on the plate. But let me tell you what. If you guys start watching this and it gets to be more successful, and
we will do it more and more.
And more time can be devoted to such a thing. 52 shorts in a year is not necessarily off the table.
We'll look at 2024.
Yeah.
But starting now, we would like to dedicate at least 1 week a month to creating a short. If we can do more, we absolutely will.
Right.
But knowing that some weeks will be short weeks.
Yes.
And in the short week, we will do a short, and we will utilize all of our decision-making properties, the things that we use, to help us determine. So we'll explain the process right now.
Absolutely. So first up is the easiest of the processes, and it's the 20-sided dice that you can find at any gaming place. This is a beautiful dice, sir. Well done.
Well, thank you.
We will use it to decide what genre film we're going to make. We simply call on the great Cthulhu to decide for us. So we will have then a list of genres like we have here, and the corresponding one will go to that. So this one we will be making a comedy film. Okay? With that, we move to the next step, which involves the wheel.
The wheel.
12 slots. Those will determine a certain kind of prop that we need to use. It has to be just featured somewhere. It doesn't have to be the whole basis of the entire film or anything like that. It just needs to be in the film. And
we are actually open to suggestions, by the way.
Absolutely. We have a list of random objects and stuff.
Just around the house. But if you want, just go ahead and start mentioning props that we can put into our prop list of 12.
We will say out of the gate, there is some inspiration of this from the 48-Hour Film Project, of which we both have competed in against each other.
This is roughly how we met, more or less.
Yes, for several years, really up until the pandemic.
Yeah.
So there is some things that are taken from that, mainly the first two things, deciding your genre by random choice and through the randomness of whatever your prop is that they give you. After that, it takes kind of a turn. So we move into the 6-sided dice, a normal 6-sided dice, that we will then allow Cthulhu to decide first what the budget that we can use. Now, when we're talking budget, this is literally only the money we can spend to make this film, be that buying extra props, be that buying extra equipment, having to pay to rent a space if there's a shop that we want to use that will work really well. If we're lucky enough to be able to have to pay an actor to be in this or something like that. We've got a lot of good friends who are very, very good actors, and we would like to pay them
always
for their time, but they also understand that this is absolutely ludicrous what we're doing. So they understand, and they donate. Some will donate their time and whatnot when they can, but if the budget allows, we will then pay our actors meals for us if we have a long day of shooting this short. All of that goes into whatever the budget is. And the budget is anywhere between no budget and $100.
Right.
So we're not talking like a ridiculous amount of money that we're having to spend here.
And depending on the popularity, that budget can shift.
Absolutely.
We might find ourselves putting more and more into this budget. But, to start with, $100, we'll take that out.
Good maximum. So this comedy film would have a budget of $75. It's a pretty good budget for something we're going to do in 1 week. After that, we take the 6-sided dice again, and we use it to determine the runtime of the short, which will obviously correspond to the numbers on the dice. So the short will be anywhere between 1 and 6 minutes long, not including the end credits. But from the opening frame, and if that's a credit, that goes against you. So like we have to use our time right, but all the way through until the end credits, it has to be between 1 and 6 minutes, as this one will be 3 minutes long.
And surprisingly, a low runtime is as challenging as a high runtime.
Absolutely.
They come with very specific demands upon your creativity and your ability to tell the story. So yeah, we're excited by putting those limitations. Whenever you put limitations on a creative endeavor, you then become more creative trying to facilitate and work within those limitations.
Finally, we have the 4-sided dice. This is going to determine first what camera we use to shoot this. We, between the two of us, own an array of different kinds of cameras, from cinema cameras, professional cinema cameras, to regular 4K cameras, to HD, all the way down to a little Osmo Mini
Pocket.
that we have.
It's basically a
Osmo
drone
Pocket.
camera on
Yeah.
a stick.
And on the table as well as an iPhone. So those will be the parameters. We have to only shoot with this camera. We cannot supplement it at all with anything else. So for this 3-minute comedy, we get straight up. What happens when it lands straight up?
It's one.
It's a 1. I forget how a 4-sided dice works.
It's been a while.
It's a pyramid. So 1. So this one, we would luckily be able to use our Lumix BGH1,
There you go.
which is our top-of-the-line cinema camera that we have. So,
Netflix approved.
yep. So we are going to make a fancy 3-minute short film that's a comedy. Lastly, with the 4, we have to include a wild card. The wild card, which will fluctuate from time to time, the current one that we have set on this one is we have to either use a green screen, stock footage, a drone, or only natural lighting. So we will have to use a green screen somewhere in this 3-minute comedy that we will be shooting for $75 on a Lumix BGH1 with a random prop that we didn't decide right now. But that's the route it would take. And from there, we'll begin the week and we'll document our route all through this week. So essentially when we do these, you'll get 2 videos in the end. You'll get a compilation behind the scenes of everything that we're doing to get up to the point of the actual shoot. And then the movie itself, which we plan to release when we complete it, have it released. But if it's really good, we may not release it.
That's true.
Because if it's really good, we may send it to festivals.
Right.
And you can be disqualified from festivals if it's readily available, especially on a platform like YouTube. So, with a
we'll
lot of
keep
these
you posted,
parameters,
yeah.
I don't think we're going to cross that route. I mean, I know our talent. I love what we can do, and we are capable. But I think mostly these are going to get released. They'll be fine. You'll see them on that following Sunday or Monday or whatever the time works out for it.
And right at the base of this entire process is this notion that filmmaking is accessible to you. You can do this. You don't need the fancy equipment. You don't need the high budget, and you don't need anything more than your imagination and some friends.
Yes.
You know, and I'm not even saying you need friends. You could do any number of things. But what we would like to drive home more than anything else is that there is a notion that you have to be somewhere special to make films, or you have to know someone to get into any piece of this industry, and that is simply not true. We all have one.
Yes.
This is a valuable tool. If you want to tell stories in a visual pattern or visual manner, by all means, go out and do it. And have fun. That's the other thing. We've turned it into a game because there's a lot of stress involved with creation and the creative process. There's a lot of stress with trying to make something. But at the heart we're inspired because we enjoy watching the movies so much. We enjoy consuming them so much that we want to be a part of that. We want to be a part of the fun of filmmaking. It's a chore,
Yes.
but it's not exclusive to people who have money, or it's not exclusive to people who have connection. So by all means, get out and make your movies. And we'll talk about things like effects that we can exact, what kinds of tools we use, what kinds of editing stuff we do. And hopefully we will be learning as we're going through, and we will find this. But we do think that given this year, 2023, we want to be at the end of the year the proud owners of lots of shiny new content.
Yes.
And this is our endeavor.
So subscribe to the channel. We've got a number of other programs and stuff that are going to come on here. And we'll be just producing this content. Let us know what you like, what works. We do interact with folks all the time. We'll be launching a TikTok companion channel that will also live be able to show you the processes that go on, especially with this particular
Yes.
the short in a week program, so that it's a matter of transparency, because we also like to be credible. We want people to know that we are really trying to do this in this amount of time. We're not trying to take any shortcuts, because we enjoy the challenges.
Right. It's the challenge that makes it worth it to us, because we don't see a paycheck
No.
in any of this. So what makes us want to do it is to rise to an occasion, to rise
Yes.
to the challenge.
Absolutely. So, subscribe, hit the buttons. You know what the buttons are if you're here. Nobody's new to YouTube anymore.
The good buttons,
Yes.
not the bad buttons.
And if you have any suggestions for props or anything we could throw into the wild card suggestion, please let us know. We're always going to be looking for them to help shake things up around here. It's going to be a challenge, but it's going to be a lot of fun. So we're looking forward to it. See you guys.
Take care.